Hi, I'm James and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing a game of Vengeance as a Burning Plague versus England 3 and France 3. If you like these games and want to see more, then remember to like and subscribe. Okay, so let's see. We've got so many buildings on the board already. We just have to be a little bit careful of both loss conditions really, because they're both going to be building a lot, and well, England will build a lot. France will mean that when they do build, they create quite a few buildings if they're converting explorers into towns as well. Okay, so what is the situation here? We could stop one of these builds with... No, we can't stop anything because of England 1. They're going to build if they're adjacent buildings, which there are thousands of. Right. So we'll get a new power card that maybe can do something. Infested aquifers. It's a disease card. Drought, that could kill a lot of buildings. It adds a blight. We do like blight, but I don't know. It's not like we have any lands with 3 towns in them. I think maybe just going for infested aquifers is the safest option. Well, I don't think it's a very safe option. It's really unlikely to do very much. I guess we'll just pick it up anyway. We could try and get some blight healing, but that's not really in keeping with what our spirit does, so I will add some presence into land 5 in the hopes, wink wink, of it being destroyed, to be turned into disease, and then I'll play Fetid Breath, spreads infection now, I think, just to set up some disruption to wherever they explore, though it could be nice to combine this with Plague Bearers on a future turn. You know, if they explore jungle or mountain, then we can push 2 explorers out. Sands was definitely the best starting explore, because now they won't be able to explore there with 2 explorers at any other point in phase 1. Phase 1? Stage 1. Okay. Are we playing Fetid Breath? I think I will play Fetid Breath. I think 99 or 90% of cases you shouldn't not play a card on the first turn with a spirit, because you might not get time to play this later, and they did explore mountains, so I think I'm going to put this disease in here in land 7. We won't get to push them out before they build, but maybe we can push them out with Plague Bearers afterwards. So we'll look for a defend card for land 3. I mean, we could just let it blight, but it's probably best not to, if we can defend it easily, really. So I will look at the miners, and we do have a defend card, so Call to Guard doesn't have any other elements on it. Call to Isolation does, so we could push the stuff out of land 3 instead. I don't know what we prefer. Do we prefer having the element, or do we just want everything to die? Well, it should die. Defend 2 is only just enough. I think it's probably best just to have this defense card. I mean, pushing stuff around is going to be useful against France, but okay. We'll be safe, and then I'll put some presence into land 2 for it to also die in a future Ravage. I'm playing Plague Bearers to push the towns out of land 7 after they're built. Now we're not going to have many towns left, right, because they're going to build 2 here, 1 in land 2, which will leave us with 1 more town. Okay, we might kill this one in land 3, but it's quite rough. We don't really get that many extra towns on the France loss condition for being with England 3, only 3 extra, which I don't know if there's much compensation considering all of the extra building that England do. We can add a coastal to Han, so I think we'll add it in land 1. If we're going to be using Call to Guard, it's more likely to be effective, sorry, in land 3, so we'll keep putting our eggs in that basket. Do we want to allow this build? I think we have to, otherwise plague bearers won't be able to stop the ravage, because there will be no disease there. Okay, so they've explored jungles, so I think we just want to push these towns into this blighted land. We're generally quite powerful in the sands, given that this one is now cleared. Do we want to move the disease? Potentially, because if we get 2 damage per disease, we'll be able to get rid of a lot of towns, which I'm sure will be important at some point. So, what are we going to do? We're going to play Fiery Vengeance so that they only build 1 town here. And then, are we going to play Strike Low to stop the Ravage in land 2? I feel like we probably should. And they're going to build a city in land 8, a city in land 5, and a town in land 3. So, and a town in land 4. So that's going to be 2 towns they're putting on the board. Plus, there's going to be an England escalation, which will potentially... I feel like it's more likely to add a city than a town, because it will be land 5. But, yeah, that's going to be quite rough. And we're not going to have, what's it called, epidemics run rampant to kill any towns in the fast phase. I mean, we could if we use infested aquifers, but we need to kill these explorers. I think I'm just going to grow, and I think they're going to build a second city in the escalation rather than a town. So we'll put some presence in there. And we'll put some presence in land 8 as well, as they might ravage there soon. So, Fiery Vengeance, kill these explorers, and then Strike Low in land 2 is kind of just for the sake of it. Add an explorer to a blighted land, okay. Land 5. We can push a town. This is quite interesting. So if we push into land 4, they'll build a city instead. But then in the escalation, I think that might be when they build a town. So it won't really save us. It will just move our problems into land 4, which is about to ravage, which I'm not keen on. So yeah, towns in land 3 and 4. Yeah, we'll skip this. And then raids and retaliation. So we can kill this town just for it to be rebuilt, but this Dahan has to die, unfortunately. Maybe we should have added a second Dahan into land 1. Okay, and now we get to skip a ravage, which I don't think, well, we need to do really. Replace a town with 2 explorers. So I guess if we replace this town that's damaged, one of them will die. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. So, allow build. Yeah, and I'm saying like, oh, it's so good that they're building a city in land 5 because we're not going to lose to the French loss condition, but now we're getting dangerously close to losing to the English loss condition instead. So, Savage Revenge. Do we just kill off this town in land 4 to make the ravage okay? Now I see this back-to-back jungles. I think that's probably very terrifying versus this combination of England and France. But yeah, if we can defend land 8, that would be best case scenario. So call to guard isn't quite, well, it will be enough if we bring this third Dahan in. So we'll definitely reclaim and get a miner. We've got some better defensive options, which I think we should probably take. It's just whether we prefer Mesmerize Tranquility or Sap the Strength of Multitudes. So Sap is more likely to defend if they do extra damage. Isolation is quite handy against England and France, though the land we're using it in, I don't think it will make. Well, actually, if we isolate land 8, Actually, somehow it's only got one adjacent building in it. Isn't that funny? But no, they're going to build in land 7 first, and then there'll be 2 adjacent buildings. So if we defend it with Mesmerized Tranquility, it should be isolated. And then when everything dies, in theory it shouldn't build, so long as, you know, our defense doesn't get messed with and they don't do extra damage. Which is potentially even more catastrophic in land 4, as it would be a cascade. Now, the England escalation is going to cause another city in land 5, which will be 6 buildings. In terms of the towns, they're going to build 1 in land 7, 1 in land 4, which will be these 2, and then this one should just die and not be rebuilt in land 8, and then it'll be a city in land 2. So we shouldn't lose to any fringe loss conditions this turn, which means we can play any card that we want. I feel like Infested Aquifers, it could be a good time for this. It will give us, it doesn't have fire, which we can't get Savage Revenge anyway, but we'll get Epidemics run rampant, add another disease onto the board, and we can just dump it in land 2, and then we'll save Fetid Breath to put when we play Plague Bearers at the same time, so we can push stuff from wherever we want. Saying that, maybe we are going to want some disease in like land 7, as it doesn't currently have any. If it explores, we might just want to flat out use up the disease to stop them building there. But they're going to build a town there first, so they won't be adding 2 explorers. It will actually be a city build if it comes down to that. So I'll try this. So Mesmerize here, and then we can even get rid of, we can get rid of a city. What do we want to do? I mean, if we get rid of a town, I think they're just going to build a town in the escalation. So we may as well get some fear off the city. I mean, it's just if we want to kill this explorer, which I think we can survive not killing for just a little bit. Oh, the Slave Rebellion. Okay, I completely forgot about that. That is my fault. No wonder this was feeling so horrible. This is going to make so much difference. So land 8, we should be okay, unless the event wants to ruin our lives. So if we strike this town in land 3, then it should just die. Though they're probably going to now explore here with 2 explorers, so even worse. We could craft a warding. I mean, we've already got 2 earth cards in play, so I think this will be relatively cheap. And we're not technically defending in land 8, we're just making them do less damage, so we won't even lose out from this effect. So Call to Guard, we could discard it because we might not need it for a while if everything goes to plan. Okay, so next turn, let's say we add 2 presents from bottom track. We'll play 3 cards, maybe Strike Glow, Plague Bearers, Fetid Breath, and then we'll probably want to reclaim after that. So I think we're fine to just discard Call to Guard. Yeah, because we'll need at least 2 defense in land 4, which Call to Guard won't give us. Hunting Parties, so we lose our beast, but that's fine. Push some stuff from a land not matching a build card. Interesting. I don't think we want to move anything, because we want to make sure there's buildings in lots of lands so they don't explore with double explorers, and then everywhere else they're going to build cities instead of towns, which is preferable. So allow. Ravage went fine, and now they don't build that either. That is very nice. Now they're still going to try and build there in the high immigration slot before they ravage, so that would have actually been the use of Call to Guard. Anyway, we'll build in land 5 again. Maybe we just are going to use this warding pattern. We need to do something about land 4. So I'll add a disease in land 6 so we get more fear when they build there. Okay. So definitely we want 3 card plays. I think we need some presence in land 1. We probably need a sacred site somewhere as well, because we don't have one yet. I think land 4 is pretty central, so I'll put it there. Okay, so I guess we are not playing Strike Low with Sudden Fevers. It's pretty much our best card. It does happen sometimes that you actually can't use it even, and then in the next turns you want to use it twice or something. But yeah, we'll use the Great Warding to defend 4 in all of these lands. I guess by not playing it, we have a lower tier of Epidemics run rampant. That's the only thing. Because we're going to do 3 damage here, but we could do 5. I think that's worth the 2 energy, and we'll make up the extra damage with Fiery Vengeance anyway. So I think land 5 is still our biggest problem in terms of building. So they're going to build 2 towns in land 1, which will be use up our final 2 towns. They'll build a city in land 6. That's fine. Now they're going to build in land 8 a town, but it should die in the Ravage, so we won't count that. And then a city in land 4. Which will actually be too much damage for us to deal with, so we'll have to kill off this town with Fiery Vengeance. So I think we're okay on the town count. So we'll get rid of a city here again, and we'll kill this town with Fiery Vengeance. Okay. Resourceful, oh no, strip the land bare. Towns do +1 damage when ravaging. That is fine. Add another disease. Okay, land 5 is going to be even easier to deal with now. We just removed a town, I think, from somewhere. Oh, from land 7, so they didn't actually build on land 8, which means we didn't get the fear of the Ravage, but I won't complain about towns being removed. So Mountains Explore, and we'll keep escalating into land 5. It's serving us well so far. Okay, and the High Immigration build card is now gone, thank God. So I think we're just going to Fetid Breath in here and push these explorers out with Plague Bearers to stop the multiple buildings. Let's push them into our beloved land 5. And let's put the disease in with it. Savage Revenge, only 1 damage, so it's probably best to just use it in land 4 to kill a town. Right. So yeah, I mean, we could be crazy and just be like, we're going to Strike Low in land 6 and see where we go from there. But I mean, okay, how many towns are they going to build? 1 land 7 and then 1, 2 in land 2. And then they're going to probably make 1 off the escalation. So 4 towns, that's not going to work out. We'll need to kill some with epidemics first. So minor power. Domesticated animals go berserk. So this can actually defend for us in land 6, which I like. It's fire animal. Scream disease is also interesting. Water animal, and obviously adds disease. But we'll just go with domesticated. We're doing quite well on the blight this game, to be honest. Really using this blight in land 5 over and over, which I do like. So domesticated. Have we used Strike Low yet? I think maybe we did. Yeah, maybe we used it in land 2 at some point. So we need to kill towns. Plague Bearers. Maybe Plague Bearers and Fetid Breath? Or do we need to play Fiery Vengeance? So they're going to Ravage in land 1. We're going to defend land 6. Right, they're building... Yeah, they're going to go up to 6 buildings potentially in land 2. So this will become the new escalation land, though it is the final escalation, so it doesn't really matter that much. think Fetid Breath will be nice to get more disease on the board. And then, yeah, Plague Bearers, it will just ensure us against wherever they explore. Be it, I guess, what the options, sands or coast. So yeah, land 3 is definitely coming up. And then we can Plague Bearers. I mean, it's a shame. This is our land with all the Dahan, so we'll probably be fine whatever happens there. Hopefully it's not coast. That would be very upsetting. I would like this land 5 to come up, to be honest. And the next turn we'll do strike low in land 2. Plus, I don't know, some other cards. Okay, so defend 5. 9 damage. Wow, we've got four disease in here. Okay, I was only expecting to kill 3 of the towns, but we can actually kill a city as well. That is very, very nice. So we've got healthy building count back here. Dahan trade with the invaders. Do we even have Dahan in our lands? We do in land 8. So we could kill one of them off to get a fear. Change and help. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a bit expensive for us to do. Shall we just ignore interest? And we can even move one of these disease out of land 5 because we've kind of got that under control now. Now we get to remove 3 health of invaders from a land with disease. So I think we just want to keep taking out of land 2 since it is it's going to be, well, it was going to be up to nearly 6 buildings, right? And then we could lose to England. Choose a land with stuff and downgrade a building. But our lands with Dahan don't have any buildings. Okay. So Ravage, that was defended. We allow this build, get more fear. How are we doing? We're coming up to terror level 3, which I like. Okay. Final escalation, and it was sands, which is what I asked for. So we'll do Fetid Breath here, and then Plague Bearers. I think we just want to push this disease into land 2 so we can take that down more effectively. Savage Revenge. Let's kill off 2 of these explorers before they build too much. Okay. I assume we're going up to 4 card plays. Let's get a Sacred Site in land 2. We've just taken so little blight, it is unbelievable. I mean, England and France aren't known for ravaging very hard, I suppose. They are all about buildings, and we've got we've got disease tokens which stop buildings, so we've been quite effective there. So what do we want to play? Probably Infested Aquifers. We just want to play stuff that adds disease, does damage, and then these cards have our elements on them, so we'll do that. Quick building check before we go crazy. So they're going to build currently 2 towns in land 5 and 1 in land 3. So that will be fine. And then they're going to escalate somewhere with the French escalation now, which might add a town. Say it's jungle, so that would be the 4th town. But I'm sure we'll take some down before we even get there. Yeah, if they explore wetlands, we're going to be forced to take a blight in probably land 6. Same thing with sands, because they're going to build there as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Okay, we can isolate somewhere too. We isolate land 8 just to stop that being explored. Strike low. 2 damage per disease somewhere. We could just kill off land 5. I'm not opposed to that. The disease will kind of be left a bit stranded, but it means if they escalate in sands, it's not going to be a problem. We'll also stop them building a bunch of stuff. This won't go up to more than 5 buildings, I think. Yeah. We'll I mean, I think is they're gonna, yeah, they'll build a town here even after we kill everything, right? So we'll always be able to get the disease out. Oh, I don't know. Should we do this later? It's going to be okay. If we do nothing, they're going to have 2 extra towns. So it'll be a city, 2 towns, and an explorer, which will be 8 health of stuff. I think we will, because it will be in Fiery Vengeance realm to deal with it. Otherwise, and then how much destroyed presence do we have? Only 1. So I will save this for this turn. Okay. Add a town. Land 1? I think so. Add a beast and get a fear if they're invaders. Well, not anymore. No, we'll add to the coast. I'm quite confident in land 5. Okay. More defense. Damage per Dahan. Okay. So they are going to build in land 5. Sands Mountain Explore. Now where do they escalate? Hopefully mountain. Okay, it was. So we'll add the last town into land 7. Now infested. We could do 1 damage to everything in land 2. And then kill off a town with Savage Revenge maybe. Just to get rid of all of these explorers really. Or we could add another disease here and then just kill off the town in land 5 with Savage Revenge instead. Yeah, so we need to do quite a lot next turn. I guess we can use Call to Guard in land 3. Fiery Vengeance. Well, land 5 will be dealt with. We'll just need to do a lot of epidemics in land 2. Okay. So I will add more disease, get more fear, terror level 3, and then get rid of this town. Okay. I don't know, maybe 1 damage. You know what, I think it's best not to add the disease. I think either way we're going to kill this town with Savage Revenge. But it's probably going to do more damage faster to just literally kill all the explorers straight away. Nice. So reclaim, gain a minor. Elusive ambushes. It's a more on element defend versus land 3 than Call to Guard, so we can use that. I don't think there's an efficient way that we can get rid of all the cities left, so we're going to have to keep getting fear. So elusive ambushes. We don't have a target for domesticated. We need to take down quite a few towns, as they're going to build 1 here. I guess they're just building 1 town at the moment, but okay. Should we play Plague Bearers? That's perfect element. Then maybe we just play Domesticated because it's fire animal. We're probably going to be reclaiming soon. And then if we play an animal card, we can choose between Fetid Breath and Infested Aquifers. I probably have a slight preference for Infested Aquifers, to be honest. Just it's slightly cheaper. So, defend 4, defend 5. Where do we defend 5? Here. Then epidemics run rampant. We can kill 2 towns here, or 2.5 towns in land 1. I'll do it. I'll do it here, just in case we have to build more and then we have too many buildings. So another slave rebellion that I totally forgot about. Yeah, these dual adversary matches, it's really hard for me to remember this event for some reason, but okay. Destroy a town. So yeah, defend 4 was basically a waste here. Destroy a town and then add some strife. Getting rid of this town will actually cause them to build more towns. So we'll just leave that. Destroy this one. I could strife this one, which would actually kind of kill it. And then it would cause them to build 2 towns here, but so if they build 2 in land 7, 1 in land 2, and then 1 from the escalation, we'll survive against 4 towns. And this one will die in the ravage, so let's get some fear. I'll just strike this city. No. I want to strife somewhere meaningful, so destroy this town. Strife. I'm just thinking if we use Savage Revenge, that damage might be significant. Okay. Life's balance tilt. So if we pick the top option, we will flip the Blight card. We can just pick the bottom. We've already got all the animals, so this is fine. Add a beast. Land 7, remove a disease from land 5. That's free. And then we can heal a blight from somewhere. I guess land 5 doesn't. Maybe should we take it out land 5 or land 4? We'll take it out land 5. We've got lots of disease in there. Okay. So skip all build actions and land with Dahan. And then something about explore skipping. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. But we're still going to do the French escalation in jungle. Okay, so we'll just put it in land 4. Yeah, the extra health, I didn't really fully compute that. Savage Revenge is going to have a bit of a sad time. But okay, we can pretend there's no extra health if we just do Infested Aquifers. And then Savage Revenge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. How far away are we from winning? 5 fear. We should be able to win, hopefully, in the fast phase. So we can get another fear of Plague Bearers. I guess we'll push out of land 5 so they don't ravage there in some freak accident. And we'll push all the disease into land 1 as well. Cool, so we can get a fear of domesticated, but we'll only have 3 energy. I'm just going to add 2 presents and see if we can win without having to draft a card. So 1 fear of this, and then if we increase our tier of epidemics run rampant, killing these towns should also get us the other 3 fear. Okay, so that's quite straightforward. Kill everything in there. And then, I don't know, 1 more fear to win. Okay, nice. So I was a bit afraid of that combination at the beginning. I mean, there were definitely quite a few times where we were like on the cusp of not having quite enough towns versus the French lost condition. Our events were relatively calm. I think the main thing was just remembering the slave rebellion there. And then in terms of the explorers, the jungle back to back was nice. I think basically getting Mesmerized Tranquility was very helpful in this scenario. The warding pattern that we had, Craft of Warding, was nice as well. And then what were our best cards? I think they all kind of pulled their weight equally this game, which is nice. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Let me know if you want to see me do any other matchups. Bye.